right now. I'm feeling that way, gonna break it and track me down. Look into my feet, choking up a whole make sound.
Who do you fuck with? This is a killing show!
Listen up, all you bigots and transphobes. You thought JT Tollas was pretty metal before, right? What with the guy liner and the lipstick and that song about stabbing a guy and cutting up his body? Well, listen here, you haven't seen metal until you've seen a skinny white kid dressing up in a little dress. Well, all you haters think you're so tight, rocking your leather jackets and denim jeans. Brianna over here is gonna be going to those metal concerts dressed in her booty shorts and tank tops. What do you think about that, you wuss? Famous last words, more like gamous last words for all the penis that Brianna has probably sucked. Have you ever sucked a penis, you loser? Well, Brianna probably has, and that's more metal than you're ever gonna be. So think about that when you go to sleep on your My Little Pony pillow tonight. Posers like the Ludovico technique can only hope to someday be as gay as Brianna. Like all the homosexual erotica you want, it doesn't change the fact that you're straight on the inside. Wait, I think I'm getting off topic here. So, JT Tollas has a new band. It's called Postscript, and if you couldn't guess, it's pretty gay. And no, it's not because it's not metal. I really don't care about that. It was just a little hyperbole there for you to get the masses entertained. What really has me irked is the project's first single and subsequent music video, a little number titled Picture Day. There's a hashtag in the title, so you know it's legit. Aside from the video itself being poorly shot and the message being really muddily conveyed, okay, seriously, you're trying to tell me that this kid feels uncomfortable coming to school in a dress, but this guy, this black man in the back, he's just the bee's knees with his bleach blonde haircut. And what is that, a zebra print backpack? Despite these pretty amateur flaws, the real issue that I'm having is the subject matter of the video itself and the message that it's trying to convey. By itself, the message really isn't bad inherently. It's really just about being yourself and all that pop nonsense, but in the context of this video, the message is actually kind of dangerous and it really bothers me. So if you haven't already guessed it from the footage in the background, yes, the music video is about gender dysphoria and tackling the struggles therein, but it does a horrible job of really portraying what it's like to have dysphoria. Like, the meat of this kid's transition is that he goes through a little changing montage in front of his mirror in a scene that's disturbingly reminiscent of the scene from Silence of the Lambs. You know what I'm talking about, the one with Buffalo Bill? And I can't help but feel disappointed isn't the right word. Disgusted is more like it. This video coming from the guy that wrote an entire album about death and dying, a la Council of the Dead. You'd expect a bit more of a nuanced approach to this topic than the oversimplified, dude, just be yourself, whatever. It's just not that simple. Whatever side of the spectrum you may land on for the gender dysphoria issue, it's not as simple as going through a little changing montage in the mirror and being like, oh, that looks cute. You know what? I'm not gonna pull the trigger today. The suicide rate in the transgender community is upwards of 40%. That is astronomical relative to the minute population of that community. And you really think that the answer that we're all looking for is as simple as, be yourself, man. Get over yourself. And let's not even touch on the fact that a lot of sources actually suggest that you're worse off for making the transition. Believe it or not, if you decide to cut off your genitals and give in to gender dysphoria, it actually might be a bad decision. In the same way that giving into your depression and offing yourself would be a bad decision. Or, you know what? That's a great idea for a music video. Let's center on an anorexic person who's, very unsatisfied with the way they're looking, and they're debating whether or not to induce vomiting, and then the video ends with, yeah, that's right, throw confetti on that, you hypocrite. I'm not saying they should have tried stuffing a bunch of different perspectives and data into a music video. That's impractical at best, but I guess what I am saying is that I expected something a little more intelligent from JT Tollas on something like this, and what I got was a glorified propaganda piece. I guess my whole point with this is that This is a very complicated issue that we're dealing with here. You cannot so easily simplify it into a 4-minute music video, and the video by itself isn't even that good. So, like, I don't know, like, it's back to the drawing board, I guess. Like, JT Tollas, you're great, I love you, made some of my favorite albums of all time, you got a lot of heart, put it to good use. Read a book.
But it made me feel sad, closed up in the torture me. It made me blind, I couldn't see. The only one to blame was me. It was myself, visualized. Because the end of his life, and now he's gone, so are we. We're all just fitting memories. It just seems to fit.
Oh yeah, right, and let's also indulge in the fantasy that if you decide to put on a dress for picture day that no one's gonna bat an eye about it. Like, have you ever been to a high school, my dude? Like, I'm just saying. Q is in the acronym. It's open season.